Welcome to this episode of YouTube where we do have a diagnosis on Axel based on the biopsy identified sebaceous aniditis, which is a skin condition, an inflammatory disease that focuses on the sebaceous glands and eventually leading to the destruction of those sebaceous glands. And so the sebaceous glands produce sebum, which is the oily substance that lubricates the skin and the hair follicles, and which is necessary for maintaining healthy skin and coat. And so the cause is unknown. There's evidence that it might be genetically predisposed, so we're looking into his family history to try to see if we can gather any information. The good thing is that we ruled out thyroid. His thyroid was normal, and his cortisol, which is a stress hormone, was extremely low. So we ruled out Cushing's disease, but it also tells us that our process of bringing wolves into the building and doing this medical exam and drugging them did not carry stress to elevate his cortisol with that procedure. So that was really good for us to hear that he's not stressed out about that particular factor. Although, again, cortisol can can be circadian, different times of the day, different events. We still know that this is probably an immune system response, so it could still be a little stress related. We're not really sure, but right now the treatment options vary between oral medication, topical treatments, things to soothe his skin. Obviously, we have to be concerned about flies. We have to be concerned about sun. All of those things are kind of in our tool bag of treatments for him. So if you want to learn more about his treatment, we're going to talk a lot about his results on the webinar, the Wolf Care webinar on the 21st of June. That's the summer solstice webinar where we can talk quite a bit about that. But basically, from the pack dynamics, we do see him normally interacting with the wolves. There's nothing behaviorally that's changing his circumstance other than bugs are changing everyone's circumstance. We are, again, seeing a response, and on the 5th of June, when we brought the pack in for their morning breakfast, we really noticed a lot of agitation, and that was kind of the day of the black fly, really the big black fly hatch here, where bugs were just horrendous. We've had a lot of hot weather, which is not typical for northern Minnesota in June. This is like August weather, which the insect populations love that warm weather. So that morning we noticed that everybody was pretty ramped up, and that can get to overheating, with warm temperatures where, nighttime temperatures weren't going below 60s. That was problematic. So we start with just wetting down the concrete to help cool them off. Some of the wolves choose to go under the hose. Some of the wolves choose to lay on the scale. We put in an industrial fan. And what we started doing on that night, because it was the worst of the bugs, and this is Blackstone recognizing the benefit of an industrial fan to blow the mosquitoes off, but we ended up leaving the building open that night so that the wolves could come in and have that opportunity to continue to have some bug relief if they were really getting bothered. And of course, typical pack dynamics, middle of the night, they're a little bit more nocturnal, as you'll learn about from our summer solstice webinar. The wolves have a different pattern of activity, so Rika in the middle of the night, jaw sparring with whoever was in front of the fan and trying to take advantage of that. And so that's part of pack life, but we did give them that relief. We did find it interesting is that Blackstone utilized the fan probably more than anybody, and of course wherever Blackstone goes, Grayson's got to come and check on him. And so I don't think Grayson got a lot of sleep, but Grayson has not even really started shedding a lot. So he's got a full coat of hair, so he's probably least bothered by the bugs because of his hair condition. And Axel is actually quite tolerant of them because the bug game is not just physical, it's psychological. And so that kind of is a testament to a little bit those older animals. They process things differently. They've experienced, 7 bug seasons versus these yearlings, and Blackstone here experiencing only one and not really liking it. So that's kind of what we have. So again, we welcome any questions that you have, but we will talk quite a bit more about how wolves like to cool themselves off and how we are going forward with treating Axel. So thanks for watching.